Hey everybody, Chris Wood with CS Performance. I wanted to have a quick discussion on a couple of different things that we're going to be doing on Jake's Eagle. The systems and functionality are going to be key for this car. Jake's going to be doing a lot of adventuring in some pretty remote areas, so we want to make sure that everything runs perfectly. So I wanted to show you a couple of the things that I'm going to do in order to make this car more reliable and ready to go anywhere. So first thing I wanted to talk to you about in depth is the fuse and relay panel for the engine management system. Now this actually enables us to wire separate circuits for every item in the way of engine management anyway, and we're going to have a couple of spare locations as well in case we want to expand in the future. Jake's car is running a progression ignition distributor, and he's also going to be running a Phytech fuel injection system. So we want to make sure we have nice, clean, fairly noise-free power. And in order to do that, I figured that it would probably be best if we separated the electrical systems for the lighting and the rest of the engine management. So this is going to enable me to do that. This is only going to handle under hood items. We're not going to completely rewire the car. We're going to actually just add this on as better ignition and fuel management control. So this little box is quite handy, and they weren't too terribly expensive online either. So it comes with everything you need, all your fuses, relays. It comes with all your crimp-on ends for everything, some bracketry and hardware, all of your seals. I actually have the relay seals and everything like that, so you can actually seal up the bottom of every circuit that you use. It's going to be quite handy. Up next, part of the wiring is our bus blocks. Now I've used these before. These are readily available on eBay and Amazon. If you're looking to purchase something like this and actually heavy duty wire the car, I kind of got this idea from David Freiberger. These bus bars allow you to have multiple circuits and then main feeds for all your larger cables. I do not use this as a starter wire. Okay, this is purely for accessories and stuff like that, and actually supplying power to the relays in that box, stuff like that. So this does not have anything to do with the starting system. That's going to be a completely different subject we'll talk about later. So once you use the bus bars, of course you've got to make sure that you seal all your wires properly. Now I know there's a lot of vendors. I personally found this stuff on eBay, Amazon of course as well. You can get your 3-to-1 heat shrink tubing, and it comes in multiple sizes in a nice size package. I also bought quite a bit more larger pieces of black, so I can use this to build my harnesses when I'm going through and making everything for the lights and the fuel and ignition. So, and on that note, actually, wire. I have bought multiple colors. I believe there's, what is this, like 12 different colors of wire. I mean, and that way I can separate my circuits and actually be able to map them very easily. And I also went to my local hobby store and picked up some color paint markers. That way I can actually mark the items that I'm powering, particularly the lights. This will help me keep track of everything up on that rack, because we are going to be doing a lot of individual lighting, and it'll help you if you're trying to trace down a problem. If Jake's out on the road in the car and he has an issue with the electrical, we want to make sure that he can trace down the wires and fix the problem. So we also, for feeding power to the rear block, which I'll show you in a second, we're using a amplifier wire kit. You can get these on all the websites for not bad money. This is a 4-gauge setup, and this is actually going to provide the power from the front of the car to the back of the car for the lighting system, because the lighting system will be pretty much standalone. It's actually quite neat how it works. Let me grab that for you really quick. So you have two separate main pieces to this system. You have a touch panel, which has, I believe, 8 controls. So you have 8 different circuits in this system. And it uses a little 4-wire like bus connector, okay? And so it makes it really simple. I mean, you don't have a big scatter of wires behind your dashboard or wherever you have this mounted. It's a nice clean installation. And they do provide you with a pretty decently long cable to extend the wire to get back to the other part of the system. This is the breaker and relay, or fuse and relay panel that goes to this lighting system. You have individual circuits for every light, for every control on that touch panel, and all the relays are actually built into this, so it's a really nice clean setup, easy to consolidate and centralize your wiring for your lights. You have your large positive and negative connections for your main feed. Obviously we'll be using the amp wiring for that. And then you have a remote wire, very similar to a car stereo or a car amplifier, where you would wire this to a switched positive with, per se, the key, or however you want to do it. If you want to put it on a separate switch, you can, but this will turn it on and off when you're ready. So excellent little kit, and not bad money. And have Auxbeam actually to thank for this stuff. This was all available on Amazon, I believe, and it also is going to pair up very nicely with all the Auxbeam lights that Jake purchased. These are very nice and very bright for the money. Very well built so far. The brackets are nice and thick. The hardware seems to fit a lot better than most of the stuff that I've dealt with that's a little less expensive. But they are definitely a very, very powerful light, and Jake's going to be able to see very well out of the front of this car with these. So, being powered with a very cool relay system like that, I think this is going to be the answer, and Jake should actually really be able to utilize this system. So, that's it for this part. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a rundown of the actual details on the pieces that we're using. And I'll be continuing these videos. I'm going to work into our engine, or possible lack thereof right now. It's on a truck, it's on the way, you know, the usual story. So hopefully we'll be seeing that very soon. But I do want to go over all the rest of those pieces, and we'll continue on down the line doing the same thing. So, and if you have any questions, post them, you know, comment below, give me a like. Really like it if you'd subscribe, and, you know, keep an eye out, because we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff to this car, and hopefully you'll be able to learn something. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.